and I will suggest you to go with the first discussion, because this is the second discussion on first principles. Now y equals to cos theta cos x. I'm going to prove dy dx of cos x is minus sin x. So going normally, y plus delta y is cos of x plus delta x. If y increases a bit, x also increases a bit. Some books write delta y as del y. They hardly make any difference. But most of the books do not follow the process that I'm following over here, in the sense they do not follow the beginning 2 to 3 steps that I'm following. And that if that is the case, then students tend to mug up this delta y by delta x is something x plus delta x minus x and all that. This is actually which troubles. Now delta y is cos of x plus delta x minus y. So this is cos of x plus delta x minus cos x, because y is cos x. Now this I'm taking as a, this I'm taking as b, as discussed. You should remember this 4 formulae. Cos a minus cos b is minus 2 sin a plus b by 2. So here I go. So this is minus 2 sin a plus b by 2 is x plus delta x plus x by 2 into sin a minus b by 2. So this comes to be delta y. So as discussed, I'll divide by delta x on both sides, and I'll write limit delta x tends to 0. So this guy becomes dy by dx. So this dy by dx is minus 2 sin x plus delta x plus x is basically 2x plus delta x by 2 into sin delta x by 2. So this delta x is written down here as discussed. So limit is written here. Now this is delta x by 2, so I'll write a 2 here. I'll write a 2, I'll multiply and divide by a 2. Very same thing I'm doing as in the previous. This guy goes off as 1. This gets cut. And finally, minus sin 2x delta x is 0. So by 2 minus sin 2x by 2. So this is minus sin x. I don't think this question is having any confusion, but if you'll directly follow the book's process, then I'm telling you, you may be able to do in your house, but in the exam hall, simply your pen will stop somewhere. Now going with y equals to tan x. So y plus delta y is tan of x plus delta x. Moving a bit fast in this y, I'm taking off minus y, then I'm writing finally as tan x. So this what I'm getting is tan of x plus delta x minus tan x. It's up to you in which step actually you divide by delta x. Do not have to memorize or mug up. The basic thing in all this is whenever there is a tan, you make sin by cos. If it is a cot, make cos by sin. This is fundamental of trigonometry. If it is sec, make 1 by cos. If it is cosec, make 1 by sin. So this I will make as sin of x plus delta x by cos of x plus delta x minus sin of x by cos of x. So cross multiplying and taking this as a, this as b, this as a, this as b, what I'm getting is sine of a cos of b minus cos of a sine of b divided by cos of a cos of b. Now sine a cos b minus cos a sine b is sine of a minus b. So this divided by cos of a cos of b. Now this is sine of, I'll just make out what I had. A is x plus delta x. So this is sine of x plus delta x minus x divided by cos of x plus delta x into cos of x. Now this is my delta y. In this step I'll divide by delta x limit. I'm sorry, not in this step. Let me divide after simplifying a bit. So what I'm getting here is sine of delta x by cos of x plus delta x into cos of x. This is my delta y. So here I'll divide by delta x. So I'll write a delta x here and limit delta x tends to 0. Limit delta x tends to 0. This is nothing but dy by dx. And you can make out limit delta x tends to 0, sine x sine delta x by delta x is gone as 1. So I'm left with 1 by cos of x plus delta x. Delta x you put as 0 into cos of x. So cos into cos is cos square. So this is cos x into cos x. This is 1 by cos square x, which is nothing but sec square x. That's it. 1 by cos is sec, as sec is 1 by cos. The very same process you can follow to get d by dx of cot x. Do normally, and if you are stuck anywhere, you can just see the textbook where you are missing the formulae.